What if the vivid memories you hold, the powerful feelings you experience, or even the skills you possess aren't truly your own, but echoes of someone else's past? What if beyond your personal history, your mind can access fragments of experiences, traumas, or knowledge that belong to others, blurring the lines of individual identity? In this video, we're delving into 10 mind-bending types of memories that aren't yours, exploring baffling psychological phenomena, cutting-edge scientific theories, and profound spiritual concepts that suggest your consciousness might be far more interconnected than you realize. From inherited trauma in your DNA to forgotten past lives and even universal cosmic memory, get ready to question the very origins of your thoughts and feelings. And trust me, the number one phenomenon on this list is so pervasive. Its exposure will fundamentally change how you view your own consciousness and its connection to the world. You're about to explore the fascinating intersection of neuroscience, psychology, and the unexplained, pushing the boundaries of what it means to be an individual. Can you imagine carrying fears or predispositions that stem directly from your grandparents' traumatic experiences, passed down through generations? Stick around, because I'm going to reveal how your ancestors' past might literally live in your DNA. Before we unlock these shared histories, do me a quick favor. Hit that like button, share this with a friend who loves a good mind bender, and if you haven't already, subscribe and ring that notification bell so you don't miss out on more awe-inspiring content from 360 World. And I want to hear from you. Have you ever had a memory or feeling that felt profoundly not yours? Drop your insights in the comments below. 10. Genetic memory, inherited trauma, ancestral echoes in your DNA. What if your body, your very DNA, holds memories or trauma from your ancestors, allowing you to experience fears, predispositions, or even recall events that happened generations before you were born? Imagine inexplicable phobias or emotional responses that don't stem from your own life experiences, but from the unacknowledged suffering of your forefathers. This isn't just psychological. Genetic memory or inherited trauma is a controversial but increasingly researched area, suggesting that experiences can be passed down through epigenetic changes in DNA, influencing our biology and behavior in ways science is only just beginning to grasp. Do we inherit our ancestors' memories? The concept of genetic memory or inherited trauma, often linked to epigenetics, suggests that traumatic experiences can cause changes in gene expression that are passed down to subsequent generations, affecting their biology and behavior, even if they never experience the trauma directly. This goes beyond simple genetic inheritance of traits. Studies, particularly in animal models, have shown that offspring can inherit predispositions to fear or anxiety based on their parents' traumatic experiences. In humans, research explores links between transgenerational trauma, for example, from Holocaust survivors or famine victims, and increased susceptibility to stress, anxiety, or certain health conditions in their descendants. While still a complex and debated field, the idea that our bodies carry echoes of our ancestors' experiences, influencing our predispositions and perhaps even our subconscious memories, challenges the purely individualistic view of life and highlights a profound, inherited connection to our past. ancestral echoes in your DNA. What hidden burdens or strengths have you unknowingly inherited from generations past? Let me know in the comments. And brace yourself, because our next type of memory involves a shared consciousness. 9. Collective unconscious, Jungian, shared human archetypes. Imagine that deep within your psyche, you carry inherited universal patterns, symbols, and archetypes that are not learned but are part of a shared human experience, shaping your dreams, myths, and thoughts. What if a collective unconscious connects all humanity, giving you access to ancient wisdom or fears that predate your own birth? This isn't just personal psychology. Carl Jung's theory of the collective unconscious proposes a reservoir of experiences and images common to all humanity, transcending individual experience, explaining universal themes in dreams, art, and religion. Are some of your deepest thoughts actually shared by all of humanity? Carl Jung, a Swiss psychiatrist, proposed the concept of the collective unconscious as a layer of the unconscious mind shared by all humans. It contains archetypes, universal, archaic patterns, and images that derive from the collective experiences of humanity throughout history. These archetypes, for example, the hero, the shadow, the great mother, the wise old man, are not individual memories but predispositions to respond to the world in certain ways. They manifest in dreams, myths, fairy tales, and art across diverse cultures, explaining universal symbols and themes. While not a memory in the traditional sense, it suggests a profound, inherited connection to a vast, shared human past that influences our thoughts, feelings, and perceptions in ways we are often unaware of, making some of our deepest inner experiences feel not entirely our own. Universal patterns shaping your mind. What ancient archetypes are influencing your dreams right now? Don't go anywhere, because our next memory type comes from individuals who feel they've lived before. 8. Past life memories, reincarnation, echoes of previous lives. Have you ever encountered a child who spontaneously recalls vivid details of a past life, describing places they've never visited or people they've never met with astonishing accuracy? Imagine a young mind holding memories that clearly don't belong to their current life, suggesting a continuity of consciousness across lifetimes. This isn't just imagination. Past life memories, particularly in documented cases researched by Dr. Ian Stevenson, present baffling evidence for reincarnation, where individuals report detailed recollections of previous existences that can sometimes be independently verified. Do some memories truly transcend death? Cases of past life memories often involve young children, usually between 2 and 5 years old, who spontaneously begin talking about a previous life. They may describe names of people, places, and events with remarkable specificity. Researchers like Dr. Ian Stevenson spent decades investigating thousands of these cases worldwide, focusing on those where specific details could be independently verified. These sometimes include knowledge of forgotten facts, phobias related to past life deaths, or birthmarks corresponding to past life injuries. While skeptics propose alternative explanations, for example, cryptomnesia, fantasy, suggestion, the consistency and verifiable details in a significant number of cases continue to challenge conventional scientific understanding of memory and consciousness. suggesting that some memories might indeed be echoes of a life not our own, recalling lives you didn't live. What profound lessons might you be carrying from a distant past? Up next, a strange phenomenon of shared dreams. 7. Shared dreams. Glimpses of collective consciousness. What if you could dream the same dream as someone else, simultaneously experiencing the same scenario, the same emotions, or even the same visual details without any prior communication? Imagine waking up only to find a friend or a stranger had an identical dream, blurring the lines of individual consciousness. This isn't just coincidence. Shared dreams are anecdotal but widely reported phenomena, suggesting a bizarre form of mental interconnectedness or a subtle form of telepathy, where dream content transcends individual minds, hinting at a collective dreamscape. Do our dreams sometimes intersect? Shared dreams refer to instances where two or more individuals claim to have had the same dream at the same time, often with strikingly similar content, themes, or specific details. While scientific evidence is limited and often anecdotal, the consistency of some reports is perplexing. Proposed explanations range from heightened empathy between individuals, a shared external stimulus influencing their dreams, for example, a common sound, or the collective unconscious manifesting similar archetypes. More speculative theories involve a subtle form of telepathic communication during sleep, or a connection to a non-local consciousness. While not a memory in the conventional sense, these occurrences suggest that dream experiences might not be entirely isolated to individual minds, hinting at a shared or interconnected realm of consciousness where experiences can be, at least partially, borrowed or shared. Dreaming the same dream as someone else. What subtle mental connections might be linking our minds at night? Don't go anywhere, because our next memory type involves feelings attached to objects. 6. Psychometry. Touching the past of objects. Have you ever picked up an old object and felt a strong, inexplicable impression, an emotion, or even seen a scene from its past, as if the object itself holds memories? Imagine touching an antique watch and suddenly feeling the joy or sorrow of its previous owner, experiencing sensations that are clearly not your own. This isn't just imagination. Psychometry is a claimed extrasensory perception where individuals can obtain information about an object's history or its past owners simply by touching it, suggesting that objects can retain a psychic memory of events and emotions. Can inanimate objects truly hold memories? Psychometry is a form of alleged extrasensory perception, ESP, where a person purports to receive impressions from an object by merely touching it. These impressions can manifest as visual images, sounds, smells, emotions, or even physical sensations related to the object's past or its previous owners. While widely considered a pseudo-scientific claim by mainstream science, proponents argue that objects can act as energetic storages of past events, much like a recording device, retaining an imprint of human experiences and emotions. Mediums and sensitives often claim to practice psychometry. Regardless of scientific validation, the persistent anecdotal reports of individuals experiencing profound, not their own memories or feelings when handling certain objects raises intriguing questions about subtle energy, information storage beyond biological brains, and the interconnectedness of matter and consciousness, touching an object and feeling its past. What hidden stories are clinging to the things around you? Coming up next, a bizarre phenomenon of sudden, unexplained skills. 5. Acquired savant syndrome. New talents from trauma. What if a head injury, stroke, or other brain trauma doesn't just cause disability, but mysteriously unlocks incredible, previously non-existent genius in mathematics, art, or music, providing skills that were never learned? Imagine waking up from an accident with the ability to instantly calculate prime numbers, paint masterpieces, or play complex musical pieces without ever having practiced. This isn't just recovery. Acquired savant syndrome is a baffling medical phenomenon where profound intellectual or developmental disability is accompanied by an exceptional ability or talent in a specific area, often emerging after a brain injury, suggesting latent potential or a rewired brain giving access to new forms of memory. Does brain trauma unlock hidden genius? Acquired savant syndrome is a rare condition where a person who did not previously exhibit prodigious talents suddenly develops extraordinary abilities following a brain injury, stroke, or other central nervous system disorder. Unlike typical savants, acquired savants gain their abilities later in life. The exact mechanism is not fully understood, but leading theories suggest that the brain injury might disinhibit certain regions, allowing access to raw, unfiltered information or lower-level cognitive processes that are normally suppressed in typical brains. This unmasking of latent abilities can be seen as gaining access to a different way of processing information, almost like acquiring a new unlearned memory. It profoundly challenges our understanding of genius, brain function, and potential, suggesting that incredible, latent abilities might exist within all of us, waiting to be somehow accessed or rewired. Brain trauma unlocking new genius. What hidden talents might be dormant inside your own mind? Don't go anywhere, because our next strange memory involves shared phantom pains. 4. Shared phantom limb sensations, empathy, or something more. What if someone close to you loses a limb and you mysteriously begin to experience phantom pains or sensations in their missing limb, as if your nervous system is mirroring their experience? Imagine feeling an itch or a cramp in a limb that isn't even part of your body, but belongs to a loved one who suffered an amputation. This isn't just empathy. Shared phantom limb sensations are rare but reported phenomena, particularly between very close family members or partners, suggesting a bizarre, unexplained level of sensory or neurological mirroring that blurs the boundaries of individual bodily experience. Can you literally feel someone else's missing limb? Phantom limb sensation is the common experience where an amputee feels sensations in a limb that is no longer there. More rarely, individuals connected to the amputee have reported experiencing these phantom sensations in their own bodies, mirroring the amputee's experience. While often explained by extreme empathy or psychological suggestion, the specificity and physical nature of some reported shared sensations have led some to speculate about deeper, unexplained neurological mirroring or even subtle forms of non-local connection between minds. These baffling cases challenge our understanding of body schema, empathy, and the boundaries of the nervous system, hinting at a profound, inexplicable resonance between closely bonded individuals that allows for borrowed physical sensations. Feeling a limb that isn't yours. What hidden physiological connections might link you to your loved ones? Now, prepare for the top 3, which delve into the most profound and unsettling concepts of shared consciousness and cosmic memory. The next one is about a universal memory bank. 3. Morphic resonance and the Akashic field, nature's shared memory? Could all living systems, and even the universe itself, possess a form of non-physical collective memory that influences subsequent similar systems, allowing for information to be passed down outside of genetics? Imagine that knowledge or forms are not only inherited through DNA but also through an invisible morphogenetic field that subtly guides development and behavior based on past patterns. This isn't just a metaphor. Morphic resonance, proposed by Rupert Sheldrake, and the related concept of the Akashic field suggest a universal memory bank that influences everything from bird migration to human learning, hinting at memories that are truly not yours, but belong to a grander cosmic whole. Does the universe remember everything? Morphic resonance, proposed by biologist Rupert Sheldrake, posits that self-organizing systems are influenced by morphogenetic fields, invisible, non-physical fields that carry information from past similar systems. These fields contain a collective memory for each species. For example, if rats learn a new maze trick, Sheldrake suggests subsequent rats, even unrelated ones in different locations, might learn the same trick faster because the morphic field for rat learning this maze has been strengthened. This is a form of non-local, non-genetic memory. The concept of the Akashic field is similar, describing a universal, energetic library of all events, thoughts, and knowledge imprinted into the fabric of space-time. While highly controversial in mainstream science, these ideas suggest that some memories or patterns of behavior are part of a shared, universal information field, far beyond individual experience, the universe's shared memory. What profound knowledge or patterns are subtly influencing your thoughts and actions? Up next, a chilling theory about simulated realities. 2. The simulation hypothesis. Simulated memories from a program? What if your entire life, your memories, and your consciousness are not organic experiences, but rather highly detailed, intricately programmed data within a vast computer simulation? Imagine that the memories you cherish, the past you believe in, are actually just perfectly rendered code, uploaded or generated by an advanced alien supercomputer. This isn't just sci-fi. The simulation hypothesis proposes that the probability of us living in a simulated reality is actually quite high, implying that our memories might literally be programmed data belonging to the simulation, not genuine, organic experiences in a fundamental reality. Are your memories just lines of code? The simulation hypothesis, popularized by philosopher Nick Bostrom, posits that it's highly probable we are living in a computer simulation. If this is true, then all our sensory input, experiences, and memories would be digitally generated data. Our memories would not be the result of biological processes in a fundamental physical brain, but rather pre-programmed or dynamically generated information within the simulation. This would mean our individual consciousness is an emergent property of the simulation's code, and our memories are essentially virtual. This theory profoundly challenges the nature of personal identity and memory. If our reality is simulated, then our memories are, in a very literal sense, not truly yours, but rather elements of a vast, artificially constructed narrative within the simulation, controlled by whoever is running the program. Your entire past, a program running on a cosmic computer. What if every memory you have is a line of code? And now for the number one ultimate memory that's not yours, one that fundamentally questions the nature of consciousness itself. This is the one that changes everything. 1. The holographic principle. Memories as cosmic projections. What if your very consciousness and all your memories are not stored inside your brain as physical data, but are instead just a 3D projection of information encoded on a distant 2D boundary of the universe, much like a hologram? Imagine that the feeling of remembering the intricate details of your past are simply retrieved from a cosmic screen rather than existing locally within your skull. This isn't just theory. The holographic principle, inspired by black hole physics, suggests that the information describing our entire 3D universe might be encoded on its 2D boundary, fundamentally redefining the nature of consciousness, memory, and reality itself. Is your memory a cosmic projection? The holographic principle, emerging from attempts to unify general relativity and quantum mechanics, suggests that the information content of a volume of space can be fully described by data encoded on its two-dimensional boundary. Applied to cosmology, some physicists suggest our entire 3D universe might be a hologram projected from a distant 2D surface. If this principle is true, it implies that the memories and experiences of every conscious being within this universe are not fundamentally stored within individual brains as local, physical structures. Instead, they would be part of the universal information encoded on that boundary, and our brains merely act as decoders or receivers of this projected information. This would mean that while we experience memories as deeply personal, their fundamental existence is external to our physical selves, part of a larger cosmic database or projection. It's the ultimate memory that isn't yours, as it implies your consciousness and all its contents are fundamentally connected to, and possibly projected from, the very fabric of the cosmos itself. Your consciousness and memories, projected from the universe's edge. It's the ultimate truth about memories that aren't yours, isn't it? If these mind-bending concepts of memories that aren't yours left you speechless, then you absolutely have to check out our next video right here, where we explore even more bizarre, scientific phenomena that defy current understanding. You won't want to miss it. And remember, if you only scrolled to the end of this video, you missed out on the startling reality of genetic memory and the perplexing nature of acquired savant syndrome. Definitely go back and watch those parts. Before you go, hit that like button one last time. Share this video with anyone who loves to ponder the true nature of their own mind. And if you haven't subscribed yet, what are you waiting for? Join the 360 World community, and let's keep exploring the mind's most profound and unsettling secrets together. Until next time, stay curious, stay questioning, and keep looking for the extraordinary within and beyond.